Hey there, everybody. Angelo here. Sorry if there's any background noise. Um, I'm outside right now. There's some drilling going on outside. There's people driving by, people in the backyards. So if you hear any birds or drill like that right now, that's my apologies. But with that being said, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe, like, notification, all that stuff. Helps the channel. Lets me know what I'm doing right, lets me know what I'm doing wrong, and I think at the end of the day is beneficial for both of us. And with that being said, I'm really just gonna get into the true like meat and potatoes of this video, in the sense of you know what did I do today, um, and how I'm doing overall. So today I woke up at the house that we were doing work at. Um, I was okay. It was a little colder than I expected, but other than that, can't really complain. I dressed accordingly just in case. So I survived that. Then when I woke up, it was time to work. So, you know, went into the bag that I packed, put some work clothes on, got after it, and ever since then we've been going and going and going to really just pedal to the metal, try to get this job done here. Tiling everything. We've made a lot of progress. I feel like I learned some stuff about tiling today. I'm definitely not an expert at it yet. Definitely not ready to do it on my own. Uh, but with that being said, I feel like I did a decent job as a helper, and you know, just the basics of what it takes to put a floor plan together. But I'm sure it's much more than just that, because it's not that simple when some of the floor's level, some of it's not. You're dealing with like ledge differences. You got to leave a space for a saddle for the where the tile meets and then raises back up. Very complex in that sense. So it was kind of interesting to see like the inner workings of how that comes undone and then is finally like put together into one single you know piece at the end. And so it was really cool to not only see it but also be a part of it and like just learn that process of it, because I've never seen it from that type of perspective. So that for me was pretty new and actually kind of interesting. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. It's actually not really much of like a power tool job in that sense. I mean, sure, there's like some like cutting, but that's done with like old school score and score splitter type of cutter that just has like a big drag down and it just leaves like a slice and then pops it. But sorry once again for the background noise. There's some stuff going on beside me, but other than that, like it was really cool. I got to be a helper. Just like mixing the different compounds so that the tile will stick, and you know that noise is gonna reappear every once in a while. Someone is currently trying to put a screw into the ground, and the drill bit is not cooperating. So the video might be just that. But you know, I had a good time with it. I enjoyed myself. The house is really coming along. I'm trying to keep a straight face, I swear. It's just I find this slightly hilarious that this is happening right now, of course. But it is what it is. Everything happens for at some time for a reason. So, having a good time so far today. Feeling good. Just really being a observer at this point, because I don't really know how to contribute and I haven't really been asked to contribute. I've pulled my weight in the fair share of moving a lot of stuff around, reorganizing some of the living spaces and things like that on my own, so that they can operate around it. So really, like, I guess, learning different things as we move along in this process, and it's been very cool and unique. And of course, my phone decides to go off right at this moment. But yeah, no, it's been like a very unique and I would say like interesting experience. I wouldn't say one in a lifetime, because if you look in the right places, you could probably find somebody to do this with. But being able to do it with a family friend, that was unique in its sense. Um, it took some of the pressure off a little bit to like be like, all right, you have to be perfect. This has to go this way, otherwise you're kind of like you're screwed type of thing. And it was more of just like nice hangout environment, get work done, talk about life, things like that. You know, it's going. So it was a good day. It was productive. Feel good. Um, Energy wise, I'm all right. When I talk about what I slept on new carpeting with a yoga mat, and I was in a sleeping bag. So the mattress, we'll call it mattress, was a little bit firm. Um, but listen, people have it worse. It was only for one night, and it was just so that I could hang out here the night before and then wake up and work. So that was out of my own convenience. So that was something that I set up for myself. I'm not going to complain about that. I knew that I was going to have to help today. So, I'll take a small sacrifice. I slept good otherwise. I can sleep anywhere. I don't really have a problem with that type of thing. Um, I know it's for some people they may be like, "Oh my gosh, really? You did that?" But yeah, no, like that's not really a big deal for me. It's called camping indoors, so it's not even real camping. But yeah, otherwise feeling good, doing all right. The only thing that I've noticed recently in the past few days is my jaw right here, where like the joint is becoming tender if I open it or like bite down super hard. So I'm curious about what that is, and I'm gonna have to see if it goes away, and if it doesn't, contact a physician about it, because obviously that's not normal to be persistent like that. And from what I've looked at, it could be a sign of other things that I'd prefer not to have. But well, with that being said, keep pushing forward. You know, if you have to overcome a difficult obstacle, there are plenty of people that have overcome difficult obstacles to do great things. You can be one of those people to do great things. Keep fighting the good fight. I'm fighting the good fight. And with that being said, have a great rest of your day.